Hey, hurry up. Quick, hit that like button. Smash the subscribe. Do all the things you have to do to enjoy this video with other people. I am at Real Monty Allen. Hit hashtag AlgoNews on Twitter. Come find me sharing the Algo news. I am, of course, your crypto nerd. Let's start off today with Algo Mint making Bitcoin carbon negative when it's partnered with the Algorand Foundation and Nettle. So they're talking about bridging Bitcoin to the Algorand blockchain. This is really cool. So I am, of course, a big fan of the environmental causes and the philosophies that are behind Algorand. So when I see something like this, I think, hey, that is something I want to encourage, get behind, and know more about. So look at Nettle. So Nettle is providing Algo Mint with the Nettle Zero tokens. Now each of these tokens, it's easy to track how much good has been done because each Nettle Zero represents 1 ton of CO2 removed from the atmosphere. There are 2 needed to decarbonize 1 Bitcoin. So let's track this and we can see how much we have improved the environment by transferring Bitcoin to the Algorand network. We'll keep an eye on that. Up next, we've got AidTech to develop digital identity protocols. And this is really cool. So we've talked a lot about digital identity, how it can be used. The information is easily stored. Who has access to it? How can you give it to someone else? Temporary access? Those types of things, those questions have come up. And it looks like we are on the path to a solution here with AidTech. So we're going to watch this. It's been around for a long time. So look, since 2015, AidTech has promoted the potential of blockchain. So it's an OG project. I mean, now we're talking 6 years in. So the Women's World Banking COO, Tom Jones, says, "What I love most about this initiative is the potential to put the essential technology and security into the hands of those who need it most. Extremely vulnerable, low-income women." So they have a target audience here that is in need, that we're solving a problem for, and that's what we're gonna, hit the first as far as implementation. So I think it's great. We'll keep an eye on that as well. Last but not least, in the official Algorand Foundation news, Plandial. So this is a future, like a launchpad system. They want to do crowdfunding, but not just crowdfunding for accredited investors, crowdfunding for retail, everyone. And it looks as if you can invest with, blockchain in mind. So the community should be able to self-promote some of these projects, and I'm hoping that this comes to scale because we've got places like Republic that OPUL was just launched on. There's been a couple of other Algorand initiatives on Republic as well, but it's been kind of sparse in between, hey, are we just going to do an IDO? Back in the day, they did ICOs. They just do drops. How do these projects get off the ground? A lot of them get money from the Algorand Foundation themselves, right? And that's their initial money. Or they got to go shopping to Arrington or Borderless or, someplace like that, or a level B type of a investor or friends and family for safe notes, something like that. And then they get to scale or they get money. This would bypass the need for VCs, or at least initially, and you can go directly to the community, much like Lofty does. Speaking of Lofty, they've got a new property here that is listed. We haven't talked much about Lofty, but we're going to take a deep dive into some real estate applications for Algorand this weekend. We've got a lot of cool stuff cooked up, 3 particular options, and I'm going to let the community vote on what's going to happen. I have been consulting with a company, a real estate company, and they want to implement blockchain. So we're going to talk about the various ways to implement blockchain into a real estate company. We're talking investment in properties, multiple properties in various locations. Lofty does it in an interesting way. They basically LLC each property and fractional ownership it. So it's like an NFT. Shows up in my wallet like an NFT. Which is really cool. And they've raised a good amount of funds doing it that way, and super happy to be part of the investors who have purchased a couple of properties there. Speaking of Republic and platforms to raise money, check it out. These guys sold out in 3 hours, I think. Mona Lisa by Lil Pump sold out in 3 hours. So it sold out for $500,000. They retained half the rights, so that's $1 million that this song is valued at. And 921 investors are going to share in 50% of the royalties. I mean, I don't think they're going to get rich off this, but, you know, to buy them a lunch. If they own OPUL, now OPUL, the coin, may have significantly more upside than the actual NFT in this particular case. I think I'm more interested, I think, in owning an NFT of like maybe the whole album. They might be able to spread that out more because you're never really sure like which song is gonna be the best one. I think I don't know much about the music industry. CEO Parsons will kind of defer there. I think it's a good deal. I think people are gonna make money. I think when you fractionalize anything, you get that diluted. But I think it's really cool that you can own part of the royalties for a song like that. All right. Shopping.io. Shopping.io has integrated Algorand. I retweeted this one yesterday. This one had been rumored for, I don't know, like maybe a month. I want to say we didn't report on it because we didn't have any hard facts. It had been kind of, making its way around the Algorand community. Some insiders said, hey, this is happening. Shopping.io didn't even reach out to Algorand, I think, initially. They just did it on their own, which is cool. If you go to their website, they got two different versions. One's global, one's USA. I think USA has a limited, places to shop, something along those lines. But they tied in with Amazon, Walmart, and eBay. So there are multiple coins that you can actually use on this site. Algorand just happens to be one of them now. So you don't have to liquidate your Algorand anymore if you want to go buy something on Walmart or Amazon. I checked it out. The pricing is really cool. One of the most amazing things you can do, you can buy a kit home. So you can buy a house straight up with crypto and have it delivered. It's one of those kit homes, comes on a flatbed. You got to construct it. But it's still pretty cool. So you can buy a house with crypto now. All right. Smile Coin. Man, these Smile Coin guys just continue to impress. When they first came on, I think I've said it before, I'll say it again. I wasn't sure what they were going to do. I underestimated them. They just keep rising to the occasion. Their dApp is coming out. Their car, NASCAR was just, wrapped. Unfortunately, the car didn't do so well, but it was still amazing exposure for the community. And I think what they're doing now is great. And it seems like they want to expand beyond just a gaming token. They want to be the payment gateway, and they're taking on some big boys. So I did an interview with them last night. The video will post later on today. I think I can get it out, where they talk about how they're going to take down some big boys like PayPal and Stripe. So they really want to get into the ring with some of those folks. It might be a David and Goliath story, but they're coming out swinging. All right, here's their roadmap. Here's what they've got going on right now. So this is Q4 Smile dApp launch. They're right on target here to release that. Staking pools are coming out. There's some really cool information about staking pools, DeFi listing, public exchange listing that already happened. So we've got some really cool things, and they're ahead of schedule on a bunch of their roadmaps. Speaking of roadmaps, we've also got planned to review the YLDY roadmap again because there's some really cool things coming out like bridges, right? They've got the Poly bridge, they've got the Binance bridge, they've got some really cool things planned, and they just let loose some information that they were going to work with TinyMan on liquidity pools in 2 weeks, I think. So by December, let's just say conservatively, they will be providing liquidity there. Awesome. YLDY has done some cool stuff. Check out the staking pools. We've got, who's leading the charts today? ARK. YLDY to ARK still at 90% APY. It's only there for another 80 days, ladies and nerds. So go check it out and see what else we've got over here. We've got YLDY to OPUL is still at 69%. YLDY to Gems is at 66. Smile to Smile is holding strong, 64.4. I just think it's interesting to go check out the yield farm as this expands. They have lots and lots of plans. Plans on plans on plans, it seems like. So I thought it worthwhile to go deep dive into their roadmap there. So keep an eye out for that this weekend. We will be busy. KryptoNurd Queen and I have a lot coming out in addition to our NFT voting for projects that you want to be supporting as far as carbon negative projects. So we will come out with that vote this weekend as well. So stay tuned. There's so much going on in this space.